If you grew up during the NES era, there were a few titles that were consistently thrown around as the toughest game to beat, and Rare's 1991 beat-em-up Battletoads was always mentioned in those conversations. Just talk to any 35-year-old gamer and say, the speeder bike level, and it will send shivers down their spine. But that only scratches the surface of the challenge that this game offered. Rash, Pimple, and Zitz are not only the bane of an adolescent's existence, they are also the names of the three protagonists created by Rare in response to the soaring popularity of another green group of reptilian heroes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Battletoads didn't rise nearly to that level of popularity, but the game's notoriety is still substantial among NES gamers, complete with 12 levels of a relentless onslaught of enemies, high-speed racing, and yes, many deaths. But today, we are going to slay this dragon and reveal just how possible it is to send the Dark Queen back into hiding in the far reaches of space. And thank you again for joining us for our NES walkthrough. Be sure to subscribe to our channel before you go. Drop a like on this video if you find it helpful, and leave us a comment letting us know anything that we might have missed or anything that we did well that you didn't know about. We're interested to hear what you have to say about these. I'm going to prep you guys a little bit as we watch the intro to this game. I'll prep you that this game, while it is talked about as one of the most difficult to beat, hopefully you'll see as we go through this walkthrough that it's really just a lot more lore than it is actual difficulty. Yes, it is tough, but it's really about knowing where things are in memorization. As I've said in previous videos, the one that we did for Contra and Mega Man, memorizing NES games and patterns is crucial to being successful at them. So this is one that just lots of repetitions and being patient is going to help you along the way. So real quick on the backstory here for the opener, as I've been talking behind it, Pimple and the princess were captured by the Dark Queen in the Gargantua and taken to a nearby planet. And Rash and Zitz are going to go and basically do a search and rescue for Pimple as well as the Queen Angelica. Princess Angelica. So here they are. Yeah, let's get them back. I got a craving for action. Take us to the Rumble, coach. I imagine that's what they sound like. But here we go. We're gonna. But Dark Queen has some other thoughts, and good golly, Miss Molly, there is the Dark Queen. Okay, my coming-of-age self is definitely back into the mode when this game was released, and yeah, there she is. Along with her henchmen that she's going to unleash on us. So what I was saying before, this game, while it is considered one of the most difficult, I think, age and time devoted to this has made it a little bit easier to get through as we go. But here we go. Ragnorok's Canyon. To get things started, we're going to descend from the Vulture, which is the Battletoads ship, and get started. Now, many players that I know have gotten through this first level pretty much with ease, and you're going to see some of the kind of the fighting techniques I like to... Oh, great start for me. The fighting techniques I like to go with, the headbutt is big. And the way that you're going to pull off the headbutt in this game is double tapping forward to start running and then hitting the attack button when you're close to an enemy. That is going to be a key technique to master as we go through this game. It's going to be used on several of the bosses, and just that double tap run move is very, very helpful. So getting through some of these long-legged robots with one of the legs that they left as we shattered it earlier. Nothing really too difficult here. You can grab some of these flies if you lost any life on those prior enemies. Key here, stay on the bottom of the screen for that guy. If you're up by where he comes out, he likes to get a couple of shots on really quickly. Jump and knock down this Psycho Pig here, and then when he comes back on screen, one more shot, and then this one you knock right into the canyon there, so you don't have to worry about a second shot. These can be deceptive. Do not stand in one place too long, or they will dash at you and knock you into that waterfall. So keep moving up and down, changing your plane of attack on those spots. A couple of flies. Be sure to get your one up. A key throughout this entire walkthrough is amassing as many lives as you can. Like I said, and I'll warn you guys now, as I do this, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die probably a number of times. But this game is really about amassing as many extra lives as you can early, and then using them sporadically as you move through the rest of the game. First boss, really no problem. Fires some lasers at you, and then a boulder comes out at the end. You pick those up, chuck them back at him, and he's out after 3 shots. So first level in the books, Dark Queen, very similar to our Bayou Billy walkthrough like Gordon did. In between every level, she's going to give you a little bit of smack talk as she doesn't think that you're going to take her out. And she was right for the most part as we were growing up, because this game was straight up impossible for us. But not today. Today is our day. All right, into the Wookie Hole, and the key here now is going to be juggling these crows off of the side of the level. As you see here, if you juggle enough, you're going to get a 1-up after doing so, and you want to really take your time on this level and focus on getting those 1-ups. I would say if you go through this level and do not get 3 or 4 1-ups, it's worth restarting. And if you get right into the middle of the canyon here, you can position yourself so that those sword swipes juggle the crows off the side perfectly. So easy 1-up there, and then I got another one that I'm juggling. This gets, oh, that's dirty. I definitely needed that one. I thought I was going to get another quick, clean juggle. Now this you got to be careful about, because if that other crow, ooh, I balanced it. If that other crow snips your line, it's an instant death. So you don't want to lose lives. You're really just trying to come out net, up 3 or 4 lives after this level. I've already banked 3, so I'm in good shape here with this particular run, and there are many opportunities the rest of the way to get them. So just kind of your own frame of reference. Take out these robot sort of things. You can juggle them as well. Sometimes you turn into a giant cannonball, anvil, whatever the heck that thing is. The sword ends up being pretty easy to juggle them if you can. Grab your new life, and more crows to deal with here. You can try to juggle them, but there are so many coming up here, it's not really worth your time, and you don't want to get zapped. So once these little electric sort of obstacles come in, get all the way to the bottom of the screen to avoid those. We've got another one coming in right here, so if you just juggle the crow at the bottom of the screen, look at the timing. Yes, another 1-up bank. That's perfect. So we're up to 4 now. We're very happy with where we sit. You can try to juggle this one, but those crows, if you let them get to the top, they're going to start attacking you. And this, oh boy, this can be dangerous. Okay, got to clear these out. Clear these out. Clear these out. Okay, not worth trying to bank an extra life if you're going to, lose one in the process. So, all right, a couple of flies, maybe get a little health back, and then you can stay right in the middle. These guys are going to shoot their heads out at you. Get this crow out of here. They're going to shoot their heads out at you, and then you can reach them with the sword. So no trouble knocking them out of there. A couple more crows to just clear out. Be proactive at this part. You don't want them getting up to the top and just making your life annoying. Better to just clear those out one at a time. And then you've got the big, the faster version of that same robot we faced earlier in the level. Be very quick with this. If you're not, he can fire off a shot, and it takes, I think it's 3 hit points with every electric beam he shoots at you. Juggle him off the edge there, and he's out. More of these guys to take care of. Oh, the big boot. That's reminiscent of Hogan coming off the ropes with the big boot there. A couple more. Man, he can take a beating. Okay, a couple more crows to take care of here. Don't let them snip the line. That's the most important thing. Okay, I did manage to get a juggle on one. Can I get up there? Come on. Oh. And there you have it. Well, I got the 1-up at least, but then I lost the life immediately. So, all right. And then when these gray electric obstacles come up, just fire down to the bottom of the screen. You'll get by all of them right in the middle. And there we have it. Wookie Hole is done. So 2 levels in, got a few extra lives banked, feeling pretty good here. And now we move to the one that kept us up at night. The one that made us slam our controllers down in a fit of rage. It's the speeder bike level. Good lord. All right, a couple of basic beat 'em up enemies to start. I like to move to the bottom of these sections to jump across because they are wider at the top, and you don't want to lose a life carelessly trying to jump across at the widest spot. A couple more of these guys. Don't sleep on them either, because if you get in range, they can definitely take you out, all 6 of your hit points with their combo that they'll hit you with. If you need mosquitoes, here you go, or flies, excuse me. And then one more dropping from the sky. Again, that headbutt is the technique I feel most comfortable with initially attacking these guys if you can. It just, I don't know, the punches move you across the screen, and then you knock them into the ground. If you give that big boot too close to the edge, you could fall off. And here we go. there are, I believe, 5 sections of this motorbike or the speeder bike racing section. I'm not covering, you know what, it just hit me that I'm not covering any of the warps that are in this game. We might do another video later on that covers some of the warp areas that you can use if you don't want to face some of these levels. But for the most part, we're going to do this one straight up. So a couple of those low walls, as you're jumping them, the consecutive ones, you want to move back on the screen to give yourself enough time to jump over those low walls. I think I'll show it again here. They use that right here. Move to the back to just buy those extra couple of seconds to get by. I like to ride in the middle of the screen for this. I don't like to ride all the way to the back. Kind of really makes the timing of it wonky for me, and I use the sounds of those walls passing by as my cue of when to move up and down. So far so good through 2 sections. You got a couple alternating walls here, then they go a little faster. You face a couple of those low walls here, and then you have to stay low and jump to a ramp coming up. Big, long chasm to get over here. Now you got these guys coming up on rockets, dropping walls. It's really no different, just alternating, but there will be a low wall they sneak in there right there that you got to be sure to jump over as you're watching these, I don't know, rocket beavers, whatever the hell they are. All right, another low wall, and then get to the top or bottom. They throw a wall right in the middle, which is just devious. We always missed that as kids. All right, couple of regular ramps here. We're into section 4. Heart rate is climbing. We are nervous. We're a little sweaty. I can't see out of my left eye at this point. This is just all. If you're watching this and this wasn't the area you got through, it already seems like this is a dream. This was impossible to even fathom as a kid, getting to this point of this level. All right, now when you get the exclamation point at the top, you're going to have to jump through these little islands, and I missed one. Isn't that marvelous? So that's all it takes, just one button slip, and we're back to the beginning of the section. All right, let's try this again. A couple of low walls down to the bottom. All of it just ends up being memory at some point. You just have to get through repetition after repetition. And you can watch this video to know what's coming up, but for yourself, if you're going to do it without any aids or any guides, yeah, it's just lots of memorization. All right, here are the jumps. Try to do this time. You want to be in the middle, just like when you're jumping across sections earlier in the game, you want to be in the middle or near the bottom to get through that section. And now you've got 20 alternating walls in a row. And I stay in the middle and use the sound of the walls passing me as my cue to go up and down. That's the technique I use. Then you got a couple of low walls, 3 jumps, and you are through that level. The last 20 walls is always the section that is just tough to get through. It is so fast, alternating back and forth. You want to hover towards the middle and just slightly adjust your position up and down on the raceway there to get through. All right, we are moving into the Arctic Caverns. So this is a level I never saw as a kid. I didn't even know that the game existed past level 3, but here we are, into the Arctic Caverns, a couple of icicles falling from the top. Now the key here, you're going to see a lot of these ice blocks in this level. You're going to see a lot of snowmen that are firing snowballs at you, which are horrible to deal with if you don't do them right. First one coming up here, get down, fire a snowball, and duck. They're terribly devious to deal with if you aren't aware that they're coming. So hopefully this exposes you a little bit to what you're facing. Get to the bottom and let this ice cube take out the wall. And every time you get through one of those wall sections, you get kind of like to a checkpoint to save. So at least in this game, you're not going all the way back to the beginning off of some, terrible section. You want to jump over the snowballs as they come over the ramps here, one at a time, get all the way to the top. Now, hit this guy and push all the way against the wall. Do not come out at all. If you do and you're in firing range when he regenerates, you're going to get smoked and you're dead. So push all the way against the wall when you hit him after that. Over one obstacle, now you're going to alternate back and forth down the slides and just run through to the right and get into this section. You don't need the ice cube. If you just stand here, that snowman is going to fire snowballs in rhythm to take out that wall. So kind of like a nice little breather here. The next section, you've got to be very careful with the way that the jumping mechanism works. I kind of hang here and use a light jump. Just tap A. Don't use a full A jump to jump there, and another tap there. If you use a full A jump on both, it's very tough to control, and that second jump is actually going to kill you because you will hit that icicle. Knock him out. Now duck, and you're going to alternate getting up in the air on those posts and ducking under these snowballs for this little section. Once you can get in range, knock this guy out and fire the pile of snowballs into the wall for another save point. Okay, moving along well here. Pretty pleased with how this is going. Jump over the ice cube, let it fall into the bramble, as it were, or whatever those are. They look like koosh balls. A free one-up there, and this is a nice section because if you do die, that one-up regenerates. And there are a few sections that that happens with in the game where a one-up is positioned there and you can just collect it over and over as you die, so it's like a free section basically to practice. So nice little breather there as well. Jump over the ice cube, stand on this post, and then when it comes up, just stop it, pick it up, press all the way against the post and throw it, and you'll hop up onto the post to knock out that wall. All right, we're moving on to another one of these spiky shells. I don't know what they are. If you need flies, they're there. Another small jump. Just tap A through that leap there, and another tap A here. I hate doing a full jump there. Now it's going to be 3 high and 1 low is the pattern over here. So 3 duck, and then jump over that last one. He's got to hit this wall 10 times. That's 8. Here come 9 and 10. Good, and then push through, and you're good. Now, I am going to take a little breather here, and I've always thought this was cool about this game. The pause music is not music at all. It's actually sound effects from the game. I just needed to give my thumbs a rest there because of pushing through. So, down that platform, descending, jump off at the end with a tiny jump, then 2 low jumps here to get under these walls. If you're not quick, they will crush you. So, be sure to just do that low jump and be on the descent as that thing hits the wall. It pops up, you jump off with a low jump at the bottom, and that is the end of level 4. No deaths in that one, right? Really not too bad. How hard is a game if you're not dying in one of the levels? Can't be that hard, right? All right, we're into the surfing level coming up in level 5. Water Rapids, it's called Surf City. Water Rapids being the region that you're in. This one took a little getting used to. When I was playing it, but alternating logs to start coming down the alley, and then after 4 of them stay on the top, they start going up and down. Oops, caught the end of that one there. And now they just start angling through, so you just want to time moving through them, you know, when they descend to the bottom. Here you want to move forward, press forward to get that one up off of that ledge, just to bank that, because you're going to need these lives later. And then up and down, alternating through these whirlpools when you get to this last one here on the bottom, and then you'll finally hit steady ground off of this first section of the wave race. These stupid Space Invaders come to steal your life again. Kind of do like the throwback to Space Invaders, though. That's kind of neat. That takes me way back. Now now they've really unleashed the key weapon. It's twice as tall as the one in the first level. Same new haircut, same dead arm. That's kind of how I feel. All right, couple of headbutts, maybe hit him with the stick, whatever you want to do. And then at this next section, you just want to push through slowly because there are a couple of flies you can get for health before doing this next section. There we go, grab one, got them both. Now we're up to a boss. He's going to scare the stick right out of your hands. The key here, you don't want to pick it up right away. Wait until he does a big jump to give you enough time. All right, there we go. Now I should have enough time to get back. And now you're trying to get around him when he lands and get him pinned in the corner. Oh, perfect position. Once you've got him against the edge of the screen, it doesn't have to be a top or bottom corner, you can just juggle him, just like this. But that is the technique that I've been using. So anytime you can get that stick safely, get him positioned where he's flying up in the air, just keep whacking him, and eventually he's out of there. And then you're into the second section of the wave race. So this is the section you got to avoid mines that are coming at you. Oh, dear. Wow, I thought I was toast. I had just a sliver of section to get through there. And then the ramps are only in the middle. So this is not nearly like the bike level, but these do get faster. So, and there's a key at the end of this second section. Once the mines come through and the ramps there, you want to push all the way forward. And there is another life floating there for you. Oh, and I just spent it. But just like I said earlier in the video, these sections that have those one-ups, they respawn. So if you can get to that section again, you can play this section as many times as you want. And then eventually when you do clear it, you'll have an extra life, for your trouble. So, all right, moving through section 2 now. I do push all the way to the back here to give myself as much time to adjust to those mines respawning. All right, push forward, grab that life, and back up. All right, we're safe. Get all the way to the back again so I got enough time to react. This part just takes a lot of concentration. Just doing whatever you can. Oh, I barely hit the ramp there. Whatever you can do to kind of... Sometimes I squint my eyes. Whatever you can do to take the setting visuals out of it and just concentrate on the mines. And that's it. And that brings us through level 5. So this is also a checkpoint level a couple people have told me about coming up, which is the snake pit. and Karnath's Lair is the name of it. But this one, there are no enemies in this one. This just requires jump timing. So gives us a little bit of break from fighting. And for these, it's really just pattern recognition. So I'm going to jump on that first snake to take you in. And then once it finally disappears, the next snake reappears. So listen for when those snakes turn and make those corners, and then you're good here. And on this guy in particular, you can just run backwards, wait until he comes and collects you here, and you can actually do the same here, but you can climb up in 2 different ways. But no real danger in here. Get used to the pattern. It's not until you get into the next screens that it becomes dangerous. So there is a warp in this level. Like I said, I'm not going to go through those in this video. Maybe we'll do one to show the warps in this game later, to show where they all reside, but it's actually down right there where you land if you get there right away off of the first snake when it gets to the top turn. Real basic for that second one. Now this third one, I run backwards here and then double tap to race across. That way I don't have to jump and bring that mine above me into play. So if you just race there, double tap and run, that should be enough. 3 jumps over these mines here. I guess they're mines, spikes, whatever the hell they are. And now onto this middle section, and just wait here until he comes back to collect you. And now you've got a fast one that's going to deliver you to the exit. So you just got to be ready to jump at the right time for this final one. It's about twice the speed as the others, and he delivers you to the exit. Now there is no room for mistakes. You are surrounded by spikes or mines or whatever you want to call them everywhere. So the key here is just getting comfortable with the pattern. Just 1 spike to jump over on that one. Moving to number 2. Again, he's going to dip down, and then this one you want to just do a tap A jump and then run forward and tap A over that one. That one's kind of the trickiest jump on this level, where you have to thread yourself through those 2. But easily done if you get used to the mechanics of it. Now, push all the way through. Once he forms that little box for you, you're going to jump over 2 more mines. Spikes. I got to decide what to call these things. I'm horribly inconsistent. I can hear my English teachers saying, be consistent, as I'm narrating this thing here. All right, and then 4 fast snakes in a row. You got a double spike to jump over there, and then the final one here, if you push forward, you can get out the exit as you jump over that last spike. All right, we're up to the final one now. A couple of platforms to climb over. Grab onto this snake here as he goes in. Now this one, you're going to have to basically run on a treadmill for a little bit here. Get to the very end and then jump straight up in the air to wait for that other snake to get out. Fairly easy to get through this one. And you're going to do that same little technique on this final snake of the level coming out now. You're going to climb to the top, and then again, you want to just tread, basically use it like a treadmill and get to the end, ride it all the way until it almost disappears, and then jump over those mines to get out. And that is the end of level 6. So we are into the back half of the game. Haven't had a death in or a meaningful death in 3 levels, so because we did get the extra life back before we died in level 5. All right, into the fire zone, and these guys are a lot easier, or they only take 1 shot in this level, so it's a little bit easier. If you just deliver a punch, they're out. You don't have to hammer them into the ground or anything, but they do stack up on you, so definitely don't take them lightly. You want to dispense of them quickly. Jump across at the top of these sections, which is where it's narrowest. That's where you're going to want to jump across, and then after you do a few more of these, now you're going to get to these logs that are moving across. Now, the key to jumping across these logs, I kind of raced through that first one. You want to jump on it as it's moving away from you. It's a little bit easier to gauge how to land on it when that's the case, because they change directions so suddenly that you want it going the same direction so you can gauge where to jump. And then you get across those 3 platforms. 2 more of these guys. Oh, he friendly fired that one. Now a couple of rockets to take out with headbutts. No problem. Moving along swimmingly here. This is not the difficult part of this level. That is coming up when we actually have to get in the plane. More spaced invaders, which are no problem. Just come over here and claim back your hit points. And a couple more. Now, 4 more rockets this time. Okay. 1-shot death. I mean, what's the point of hit points if they're going to kill you in 1 shot? All right. Lost a life there. Not the end of the world. Moving on. And now, once you've dispensed of those last enemies, it's time to fly. Again, pattern recognition, but there is a lot of randomness in this section. So first one, you've just got to go high, mid, mid, high. And then you're going along this pattern of low, high, low, high, and then middle. I messed it up. I can't even remember what it was here. I'm talking and not paying attention here. Okay, try it again. It's high, mid, mid, high. And then we've got low, high, low, high. And then it's mid, high, low, mid. That's it. Then you got to push to the back of the screen. You go high, low, low, high. And then you push to the forward of the screen, and it's mid, high, low, high. All right. Like I said, memorization. That's just what it is. Now you're going to face 75 random fireballs coming at you. They're not the easiest to negotiate. I like to hang at the top of the screen because the black background is easier for me to see. I can see when a fireball's coming at me, and I can go up or down as needed. But this just takes repetition. It is hard. But in the middle of this section, there is an extra life in the middle right there. And if you can bank that, that's perfect. So went ahead and made up for the one life we lost. That's great. And just coming near to the end here. It's 75 in a row. I actually listened to the sounds of them to keep my rhythm of moving. Then you got rockets coming from the bottom and the top. I like to hang near the bottom of the back of the screen and kind of near the top. Oh my gosh. Top if they're coming from the bottom and bottom if they're coming from the top. Just leave yourself enough time to react to each of these sections. So, all right, we got about, I think maybe 2 more drops here coming from the top and bottom. And then at the very end, oh no, we got 1 more. That's right. And then the bottom after this. And then you want to get to the top because there is another life right there to collect. Okay, we are into the final 2 sections. So you're going to hang in the middle. You're going to go middle, high, middle, low, middle, high. And then back of the screen, front of the screen for 3, and then back of the screen for 1, front of the screen for 1. That's kind of an easy section to get through. Now you push to the front, and they're going to give you a preview of what's coming, kind of like they did in the speeder bike level, and you're going to go through the gaps. Now the key here, the very last 2 firewalls you have to get through, you're going to go through a gap in the top section, and then you're going to go through a gap on the bottom section, and you need to move backwards and down the screen at the same time. Right, coming up right here. Back and down. You need to buy that extra time to get through there. You'll never get there if you go straight down the screen. It took me a while to figure that out, but that is the key to getting through the end of that level. Through 7 levels. We're feeling good. We've banked the 2 lives that we lost in that level, so we're still at net neutral. We're into the elevator shaft, the Intruder Excluder. And, man, I mean, at this point, you're all on bonus time probably by now. I mean, I don't remember even conceiving of the fact that this would have 8 levels, let alone 12 when I was a kid. I thought after level 3 it was just, this was too dastardly to play. But really, going back, it's not nearly as bad as you'd think. All right, going to jump over a couple of these here. Now, the key to some of those electric shooting enemies that you saw earlier, you can always duck through those. That one up you can get. It's just a little bit too risky for me. I don't bother with it. But if you need it, you can go ahead and attempt it. I just don't model it here for us. We're going to jump up there. You can touch them without getting hurt. You just have to duck when they shoot. And then these, if you just... Well, isn't that nice? If you just keep tapping B, you can shoot... Oh my gosh. Well, I'll give you another example. You can just knock those off of you and then smash them with a stick there. We're going to jump up in between the shots here. Duck to get under. Jump over, and then don't even worry about it. Just move on. Through the gaps, just missed that one. And now we're to another checkpoint, which is nice. So if you get to this section and you die, you end up starting here again. And the stick is really not really necessary for this part. I mean, it kind of makes things convenient, but this part is more predicated on jumping and timing than it is on killing enemies. So immediately go to the right. Don't let that fan affect you. It's very annoying to have to deal with that. This is one area where the stick's effective, but if you don't have it, you can just headbutt that little thing on the right, or on the left, that insta-kills you, and now you're jumping up a few more platforms for the next section. You do not want to get hit by that dust, by the way. That is an instant kill. I don't bother with this one up either, because it's just not worth it. Those fans will suck you in and instant kill you. Just jump to the top if you can. If you still have the stick, you can smash them. You also can get them with a headbutt. But you can also jump up those 3 platforms at once without having to worry about it. So, like I said, the stick makes it convenient. You can take out some of these enemies. You don't need to, but if you have it, certainly, I'm not going to... Listen, I play golf also. If someone's giving you a putt, you take it. So if I have the stick and I can smash these things as opposed to having to jump around them, I'm totally going to do that. All right, right, up through another platform. Now we've got mainly just the electricity to navigate here. Don't rush this part. There is no reason to. Wait until that platform is coming towards you. That makes for the easiest jump. You don't want them both be going the same direction when you try to jump up. And I think it's one more, and now we're up to the boss. So this guy is going to jump around the screen. You can duck under his bullets and then deliver a headbutt in between. If you get real close, you can give him that uppercut, and if you've managed to string them together like that, you can headbutt him before he hits the ground to juggle him and get a few free shots in. Every now and then, as you hit him, he's going to jump around more frequently on the screen, and it makes the timing of this a lot harder. Oh, that was pretty nice. If he lands on you, though, he's going to squish you. So be aware of that as well. There we go. Give him the old boot. Oh, I thought I had him. If he shoots you once, you're done. You can't even get up in time before he's going to shoot you again. So now you can see he's jumping around with a lot more frequency, meaning that he is closer to death. Only lost the 1 life so far. But this guy might claim a few from me. I don't have a great... rats. I don't have a great technique for getting through him. Other than just trying to juggle him when you can and making sure to duck. You know, just get yourself out of the way of his... Oh, that was dirty pool. I didn't even have a chance to get out of there. Also, use that invincibility when you're respawning and get as many shots as you can in. But, all right, lost 3 lives, but took care of him reasonably well. And now we're moving on to level 9, which is through it's the swimming level, if I remember correctly. This one took me the longest. The Terra Tubes took me the longest to get ready for. And it is a lot of memorization, but that was nice. It's really not too difficult once you kind of learn the pattern. These guys do not run into them. They're going to approach you on these levels, and if you run into them, it's an instant kill. If they hit you with the electricity, it's only half your hit points, so relatively, that's a better outcome. You're going to take one of these, push to the far wall, and then after the spikes here, push back to the inside wall. You got another one of these shooting electricity at you, so duck through this level. Ram his head into the ceiling a few times, and then, I don't know, deliver the old knuckle sandwich to send him packing. All right. One more of these up on the next level. Right here. And he's out. Now we're going to jump and push forward to the far wall, then back inside to the inside wall, and then push forward a final time, and you've hit the checkpoint. Now these things are annoying. An instant kill if you touch them. When you fall down the cliff, push back towards the left, jump up against the wall, and get out of the way. You really might just want to rewatch this section a number of times to see what the pattern is. The only way I got through this initially was just getting 2 points and remembering them. This is a key part, though. When you jump on this, you want to jump high to jump up both of those jumps at once. And when you do that, it gives you enough of a buffer to get all the way up to the top. So watch this part of this video. This one's the one that took the longest to get through. And it's just a very specific pattern you have to memorize to get through that part. But this last one actually gives you a lot of buffer. It's not too bad once you're falling down those pipes there, and then push to the far wall, and that's the last one. And you hit another checkpoint. Now comes the swimming. The swimming mechanics are a little bit wonky. You want to time your swimming where you're bobbing up and down like that, kind of in rhythm as you do this, because there are some spots where like just hammering on the A button to swim is not always the best technique. Sometimes you want to fall down a little bit and kind of bob around. We're going to push. Oh, see, the reason I moved over and jumped over that is because I saw those fish being released from that spot, and I didn't want to bother with them. And great start. And as irony would have it, they murdered me over there. All right, so starting here again, just bob over that, jump over the mine, hold A as you jump out of the water to get that maximum elevation to get over those spikes. Take care of this guy again. Now the ideal way here, I don't see any fish here, is just drop down, just straight right there, and then swim against the top of this tube to avoid this orange fish here, and jump over and through. Now you're going to drop down, tap A once, and then over and tap it here 2, 3 times, 4 times or so to get up to this tube. You're going to go underneath these next spikes, get into the next parallel tube, take out that thing. Now you're going to go left to the wall, right to the wall, and all the way to the top, and that should get you that one up there, and you should be able to get to the next checkpoint with an extra life banked. Another 2 of these wheels that we have to avoid, this time in the water. You're going to swim all the way here. Now, when you start punching, you can literally do that forever and not descend. So that is how you hover in that area so the wheel doesn't hit you. All right, he's going to jump up on you here. Big jump across and jump down back to the left. Now you're going to want to jump a couple of times. Going in the area that doesn't have water makes you go a little faster. Dropping all the way down here, not all the way to the ground. Swim all the way up, and then again, Kung Fu to hover. See that? Just keep punching and you'll just hover in space there. All right, we've neared. Now we can take a big breath out because there's a 1-up immediately in this section. Go grab it, and now everything else is gravy, right? Because if we die, we're going to end up going back and collecting that 1-up, and we stay with the same number of lives we have. So this is a nice part. Now, do not underestimate these rubber ducks. I know they look harmless, but if you get too close to them, it's an instant kill. All I do is 1 punch to get them turning the other way, and then I kind of creep up on them and knock them out. But I have had way too many lives lost because all of a sudden they go ham on me and completely destroy me. And it happens in the blink of an eye. Anyone that's done that knows. All right, let's just avoid this guy. Up to the left, all the way up this section here, and then back to the right, fall down. And, oh, that is dirty pool. I can't believe he hung out there the whole time. All right, back to the shark section. Like I said, you can punch and just hover there, knock the shark down. Get out of here. All right, well, that was annoying. But we're fine. No problem. We're going to, again, swing back to the far wall, turn this rubber duck around, knock him out. Again, do not get too close to those. Instant death if you do, and you'll know about it. It's very sudden. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. That's how it happens sometimes. When you miss that punch, sometimes they turn around and end you. All right, we're still fine. Back up to this section now. A good. Oh, that is. This game's great. Okay, 3rd time the charm. Let's go ahead and knock out a shark with our big giant fists. Jump over the spike. The nice thing again, like I said, we didn't lose any lives because we keep collecting that 1-up in this section. So this, if you're going to lose lives, this is the time to do it. By now, we're getting pretty good at these rubber ducks. My knuckles hurt from slamming him with the 5-finger sandwich. There you go. 1 more of these, turn him around. Don't even bother with him, just jump over him. Okay, we're definitely getting it this time. We have to. You get out of here, orange fish. I do not need you hanging in there. All right, get by the shark, through that little gap. Back down, fall down here. Watch out, Sharky. Okay, up here, and now you can start to attack these guys once you get up there. Once you've knocked them down, don't go too fast because that rubber duck is coming after you. But as soon as he turns the other way, then you jump up onto this platform, reach over, and now you're going to hover right kind of in the middle of this little chamber here, just alternating side to side on the spikes. And then when you get to the very bottom where there's a wall, push all the way to the right, and you are finally through the Terra Tubes. It is not for the faint of heart. That's probably the toughest level to memorize, in my opinion. The swimming mechanics are a little wonky. Overall, what do we lose? 3 lives, but we gained them all back? Come on, this game really isn't that tough, right? It can't be. Not if I'm getting to this point. We're into the Gargantua now. This level might be the one that that you find to be the most difficult, but it can look that way until you learn kind of some of the secrets of this. So the premise of this level is you're going to race a rat down all of these platforms. He's going to spawn right there, and then you're going to race him to the bottom. Once he appears, you're automatically in full sprint mode, okay? And your goal here is to just keep falling to the bottom as fast as you can. Then there's some alternating gaps here. Come on, come on. And you want to get to the bottom faster than he does, okay? In those sections, that's where you're going to gain your ground. It's through those free fall sections. And then you kick this bomb out of the way, and you're at the checkpoint, okay? You have to do this 3 times. So the first section, not too bad. As long as you fall through those sections of beams pretty efficiently, you can get down there pretty quickly. Watch out for this fan. Don't let it take a life for free. And now you're going to be running again, falling through a couple of moving floors. He's getting faster now, okay? And the key here, do not panic. If he passes you, you're going to catch up to him, okay? Once you get to the bottom here, because when you get to this section, that's where it takes him the longest. And if you get to the right spot there, you can just fall through all those platforms. Okay, we're going to alternate through here. Back left and right, and it's all the way to the right on this one. Okay, easy peasy, 2 in a row. Now this third one is the one that always stumps people who have gotten this far. but there is a key, is that you're going to be able to knock him backwards a little bit and delay him on your way down, because he is admittedly way faster than you in this third race. But let's take a look. Once we get through this final little I don't know, what is that, the perfume department? He is way faster than you. There is no doubt. Oh, and I missed him with the headbutt. All right, let's see if I can catch up. Gonna fall. Come on, come on, come on. It's a walkthrough. Come on, everyone's watching. Catch up, take your time. All right, see, we can catch up to him if we just stay efficient. Now here, this is where you're gonna wanna be efficient with attacking him. Every time you get to the edge, bounce him off the wall. It keeps him in striking distance. Okay, boom. And pop, right? Pop goes the weasel. Because the weasel goes pop. Come on, go! Oh my gosh, I can't believe I lost ground on that one. That was so stupid. All right, down through the alternating again. Got one more to go. Again, if he catches up, we're just going to pop him and make him go through this again. You should be able to get down each of these levels. If you hit him at the right time, you should be able to get down each of these levels, keeping him behind you. Oh no! I can't lose him now. Come on. Let's go. It's in the middle. Okay. If he gets to that bomb first, you lose. So I got very fortunate there, almost slipped up, and then we're at the boss. So it's, all right, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Lots of headbutts here, okay? You can hit him if he's facing the other way. All right, okay. I don't even know what's happening here. I was doomed to lose a life there. Once he starts approaching you like that, one headbutt, he gets to the wall, and then he approaches you again. Hit him with a headbutt. Get over to the left. Hit him with a headbutt, and keep going. Stay out of his range of his horns, and let him, eventually he's gonna keep coming at you faster and faster. You're going to move to the left, he comes at you, headbutt. It's very simple, rinse and repeat. Really an easy boss, you just got to get used to the timing. And once now he does get pretty fast to the point he's going to almost hit you pretty much every time that you headbutt him. You just got to be quick on that double tap. That's the only way that I've seen to get through this guy consistently. So quick double tap, quick headbutt. I mean, he's cooking now. Here we go. Come on. One more? Yep, and there we go. Through level 10, the rat race can't stop us. We have two levels left of this just dastardly game, and it's clinger winger time for us. So this level is really rough in that the vehicle you're on is slower than the enemy that you are trying to avoid. The only way that you gain ground is by cornering. So your job is to press the D-pad in the direction that you are traveling, and switching the direction you're pressing at those corners is the only way that you gain ground on this guy. When you're on, oh, I lost control of the D-pad. And there you have it. Like if you're not pressing the direction you need to go, you're going to end up dying pretty quick. So let's try this again. Familiarizing yourself with the pattern is good. You're going to see an indicator of when you need to change direction by those arrows on the road there. So once you see it, that's kind of your indicator a new direction is coming. Except later in the level, there are some decoys. But here, we're going around the bend. All right, not too bad on the cornering here. Got to move quick. I don't feel like I'm doing as well as I could be. We're doing okay. Just got to focus here. Hone in. Going to go left here, up. Oh gosh, that wasn't good. Get moving. Come on, gain ground. Those little moments when, yeah, there we go. With those little moments when you have those pockets of a lot of direction changes, that's where you can gain a lot of ground here. But I'm at a safe distance right now. Going to work along the bottom now. We got another bunch of direction changes coming up in a row. I should be able to gain some ground here. Left up, right down, right up. Yeah, there we go. Creating some space. Okay, we're in a decent spot right now. Go up here, and then we've got a long stretch. If you haven't banked enough space between you and the enemy by now, you're going to be sunk, because you've got two long stretches to deal with without any turns, and he gains on you that whole way. All right, into the last of it now. Just a quick loop around this bunch of direction changes, and we get to the bottom. And once you get through the whole race, the boss is that stupid thing that's been chasing you. So there you have it. The key here, he's going to do a circle pattern. You're just going to time it kind of when he gets to the middle of the screen is when you're going to fire your headbutt at him. And you're going to have to hit him about 4 or 5 times before he changes his pattern here. We got 3 in a row there. Very nice. There's 4. I think maybe 1 more, and then he'll change his pattern. Now he fires himself up into the abyss, and when he pops down and does a medium jump like that, that's when you want to hit him with a headbutt. Oh, I missed him there. Oh, and then now I'm out of rhythm. Now I'm guessing. Yep, knew that was coming. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. All right. Use that double tap to get out of the way. Yep. There we go. I just need him to do that mini jump. How did I miss? There it is. That's the rhythm I'm looking for. Just give me that mini jump a few more times. Oh, gosh. Come on. There we are. Oh. He's electric, too? Boogie, woogie, woogie? I can't see it. It's electric. Okay. 2 lives lost. Not the end of the world. You see, we still have a full slate of 5 at the top, so we're not in any danger right now of losing the lives that we've stored. Enough headbutts, and out he goes. And congratulations, you are now nearing the 12th and final level of Battletoads. And let me tell you, it is as advertised. It is not simple. Dark Queen's Tower, the Revolution. Here we go. We're going to start with these little weird happy rhino things that don't take them lightly. They can definitely knock you around. Jump up and grab that stick. You're going to need that for later in the level. And every level you get to now, every different platform you get to now is going to have a different set of obstacles. So the first one is jumping to the left to jump over it. Now we're going to jump to the right, jump on these little descending platforms. And now we got another one of these happy rhinos. Let's knock him out here. All right, and these are disappearing platforms, so just be sure to jump across. Now you're going to jump left for a few trampolines. Getting used to the mechanics of how far to jump on this takes a little bit of practice, but for the most part, you do it so much in this level, you kind of learn it pretty quickly of how far to push left and right. Okay, knock him out of the way. We have another trampoline up to another platform. If you stay put, that thing goes right over top of you and up to another one. Now, if you don't see anything come at you right away, you can jump to see if a new enemy's coming, but don't jump prematurely when you get to a new level, because you want to take out one thing at a time. Now that he's gone, I'll jump up and see what's here. Let's see if anything else attacks me. Okay, now I've got this guy who likes to just, sometimes he'll descend and rotate around this column here and try to attack you. If you have the stick, just take him out before that happens. All right, this is the first checkpoint of this level. So if you've gotten to this point, you won't have to continue from any further back than this. A couple of quick jumps to get over here. Another one of these guys, they can kill you in one shot. Their big open mouth, they swallow you in one gulp. So pretty much everything that you face from this point out is probably going to kill you in one shot. Walk up behind this guy, take him out. The air bubbles that they're blowing are toxic, so you definitely don't want to get hit by them. Follow this one around to the right. Now you got 2 of them dropping bubbles from on top. If you turn around to the other side, you can jump up on this platform and get out of the way pretty quickly. Now we're up to, what's here? Oh yeah, another one of these guys. He takes a lot more shots this time. If he does descend like that, you want to just run over and headbutt him. He comes at you at 2 different speeds. So this time is fast. You want to be, oh, I got lucky. I got lucky because I missed the headbutt there. But if he comes at you fast, you just got to adjust your timing so that he doesn't knock you over first. All right, 4 shots there. Can I get him? Come on, give me 1 shot. 5, good. I think he takes 7, if I'm not mistaken. There's probably a better technique for this, but taking your time at this point is not the end of the world. You've gotten this far, you definitely don't want to ruin it. Okay, a couple of hops to see the timing there. We're going to jump over this mine. If you run with it, it slows down, which is kind of a cool mechanic. And now you're going to be rotating around on these platforms. Jump when it's directly above you. You don't have to compensate too much for the rotation of the column when you're on stuff like that. See, if I run the opposite way, it goes twice as quick. I don't love that. I don't love that. Jump. Pick up the stick. Jump again. All right, good. Okay. Same here. Pretty much when it's right above you, just jump. Hold A and pop up. And then when this thing gets here, if it's coming at you from the right, you want to give it about half a screen, you know, when it's going to kind of slide underneath you. Again, right when it's above you. Boom. And then this one, again, coming from the right, so about half a screen you're going to give it. Right there. And then just stand there. We got 1 more of these to go up. Oh, missed that one a little. Okay, and just wait here. Don't press anything until you got clearance, and up you go. Let's make sure that there's nothing coming to attack me. Okay, that's why you don't jump there. You got to find the stick to grab onto. If you don't have it by the time that guy is blowing his bubbles at you, you're going to die. So make sure you are grabbed onto that when you jump. Don't immediately jump on that platform. Going to jump up 2 platforms here quickly. 1 and 2. And now we're at the last checkpoint of this level. So this is going to be 4 straight jumps up. Boom, boom, boom. You got to go quick, though. Oh, I got to try again. You got to go fast because that 4th one disappears very quickly. Okay? But once you've jumped up that, we're into really the last stretch of this level. Once you take care of the big eater. And now you're going to have to jump off these trampolines over onto these to make sure you don't get blown off the level. So the key here is just figuring out that distance between when you jump up on a high level and when not, and then you want to hop off on the platform that rotates back around. Okay, another one of these happy rhinos. Boy, we're doing pretty well on this last level. Again, how hard could this be? If I'm doing it like this, I'm not that great a gamer. If I'm doing it like this, it can't be that tough, right? When it's right above you. Always from the left when it's right above you. That's the way to jump onto those. Oh, this guy now wants to be a hero. Come on, get him. Get out of here. Just smack him. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. So, same technique for that one too. If you jump up now, they're going to be coming from the left side. Make sure to grab onto the stick. Kind of a cool animation there. I always like that. Oh, I don't think I want to jump down here. I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I want to be here. There we go. And jump down on this. Now we're going to jump up to a new stick on the right side. And he's going to try to murder you here. But oh no, not for you. This is my time. This is my game. All right, we got to drop down, give it enough time to fall, jump up, and up to the top here. Okay, last section that we have to get through. This guy is going to try to blow you off of each of the platforms you're on. Oh, get to one side. Oh man, I'm in bad rhythm here. You're going to jump to the left first. A bunch of jumps to the left here. Oh, I thought there was one less jump. All right. Back to this checkpoint. I'm going to have to go through this again. Just wasn't confident in the pattern that I was remembering there on that last section. We'll knock out the big eater. Let's just do this section with the sticks again. Refresh it in case you haven't gotten through this one more time. We'll show you where the jumps need to be. We drop down. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was... Oh my gosh, I am on tilt here. That's not the right pattern. You got to wait on that stick until the rotating platform comes around. Okay, get out of here. All right, 3rd time the charm. This is why you banked all those extra lives. Extra lives? Sounds like my order at McDonald's. I'll take the extra. Okay, through with the stick here. Now we wait for this platform to come back. That was my mistake last time. Here we go. Jump up. Happy rhino. Yeah, take that. Thwap. All right. Another trampoline, and you're going to have to grab the stick again, this time from the left side. I lied again. It's a platform first. Then this guy, who again knocks the stick out of my hand. What a jerk. All right. Let's go, Hobo Joe. Oh, come on. This is subpar. Don't they know it's a walkthrough? Wait for him to come up. Basically, when they appear on the left side... Almost right ahead of you again, or right above you again is when you want to time that jump. And then we're going to hop down. Basically, when that trampoline kind of comes around and is about, you got to plan for a little bit of the lag of dropping down with that stick in your hand of where you're going to land. So when it's lower, it's going to take a little bit of while. Pretty much when it's in that light area, right there, is when you're going to drop down so you can land on it. We're going to jump up to this trampoline, and now we're up to the guy that blew us off the platform last time. Let's see if we can do this. You're going to jump pretty much all the way to the left every time you jump up here. So if you can get him off to your right side and just keep jumping up to the left, you can avoid him until you get to the very end of this. You jump up to this side. Now you're going to alternate right, left, right, left. So right, left, right, up to the top, one more jump, and we have reached the Dark Queen. Here's the key to the Dark Queen. Well... maybe I'm not in position to say when I just got my butt kicked. She's going to turn into this tornado hurricane thing, and when she stops, give her a headbutt. You can sometimes grab... bad timing there, but you can sometimes hit her with 2 or even 3 headbutts before she turns into that hurricane, like right there. If you can bank them, great. But right now, you're relying on the lives that you banked early in the game. All those ones that you got through... the Wookie's Hole in level 2 and all those ones that you got early on, that, you were banking for this moment, because you've got all of them to spend here to finally put the Dark Queen in her place. She's going to just continue to turn into a tornado. When she drops down, you can give her 1, maybe 2 shots before she turns into something. There's 3. Now we're talking. And it's really just rinse and repeat. Every time she hits you, it's like 2 hit points. But every time she stops, and she doesn't really change from this pattern. The only thing is she might get higher or lower based on it. You can't really hit her when she's into that hurricane phase. When she slows down, that's when you can attack. So, or if you get in too close, you get smacked around. I like that they have the little Q*bert setup chilling in the back. That's always interesting. All right, a couple more headbutts here. Come on, she's got to be getting low on power by now. Man, she's flying around the screen, though. Couldn't really do anything about that. Just sort of a calculated death there. All right. Gave her a little double axe handle. Give her the old slobber knocker off the top rope. All right, now she's way out of the screen. Okay, a couple more shots. Come on. Oh, that is hogwash. Ridiculous. Definitely need to bank the lives, you can see. Died quite a few times on this final battle. She's down there. She's only a few hit points away. Oh, there's another life donated. She's only a few hit points away. She's got to be. There we go. Couple of shots. Got to be close. Got to be close by now. All right. One more. Come on, drop down. There it is. There it is. To the far reaches of space with you, Dark Queen. We've had enough of your nonsense for one eternity. And there you have it. This is the game. Robomanus, Blaggy, speak to your queen. Yeah, she can't believe that she got ousted by a couple of warty toads. But that is indeed what happened. And hopefully it happened for you too. Hopefully, as you watch this, you learned something about the spots that you were getting stuck on and figured out ways past the points that gave you nightmares as a kid. In the meantime, enjoy the ending of Battletoads. Like I said, if you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do so. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave us a comment on things that we might have missed, things we got wrong, things we did well. We're here to stay, guys. We're going to be making these walkthroughs every Wednesday and releasing them on our channel, so be sure to subscribe to catch the next ones. And in the meantime, enjoy the brief, albeit satisfying, ending of Battletoads.